Okay, so we're going to take this guy for a little bit of a drive. Obviously, I have all the respect in the world for my friend's car, so we're not actually, I don't know why I'm timing. What am I timing here? Performance timer. Timing how long it takes to get out of the driveway.
0 to 60.
Man, you guys have watched enough of my videos. You guys know I'm one of the biggest Chevy fanboys there is. And this here is the 2020 Chevrolet Corvette 2LT with a Z51 pack. Let's check this car out, guys. This car is Chevrolet's answer to the Lamborghini and the Ferrari. Corvettes were always the American dream. And this car, the way it's progressed since 1953 is absolutely insane. This is the first time Chevrolet has ever gone to a rear engine setup, or mid-engine setup, I should say. And it's still powered by a 6.2 liter V8, which is a pushrod motor, which is so cool. And yeah, it's called an LT2. It makes 495 horsepower, and they get down. These cars will run 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, and the quarter mile in 11.2. The Z51 pack is really cool because it's a track pack car. Let's take a look at some of the options on this car. So when you get a Z51 pack on these Corvettes, the biggest upgrade you're going to be looking at is really track focused stuff. So as I said, usually better rubber on the car. The Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tire, around a 245, 35, 19 up front and a 305 in the back. Some people have complained about understeer on these cars, and personally, if it was mine, I might upgrade to bigger rubber down the road, but I'm sure it's more than acceptable out of the box. Bigger brakes, performance traction management, as long as ELSD on the car, so electronically controlled limited slip differential, NPP exhaust, a whole list of features that make this car really track oriented. There's the other big bad Chevy in the background, my pride and joy, the Z01. I should have mentioned as well with the Z51 car, obviously you get the big spoiler out back as well. So that's the big high-rise spoiler that they call it there. And yeah, what a beautiful car. You actually get some storage room, so you can actually go traveling with this car and have room. And you got room up front too, obviously. But yeah, there it is. There's the LT2. That's the 6.2 liter V8, producing 495 horsepower. Now this guy as well is paired up to an 8-speed automatic dual clutch transmission, and the transmissions on these things shift lightning fast. And honestly, it's the way forward for Chevrolet, and I think they're absolutely knocking it out of the park doing this type of stuff. So this specific car has the glass see-through panel. It's kind of tough to see here, but really cool feature. And obviously the targa tops get stored away nice and neat, but they did such a great job on the interiors of these cars. They're so modern, and I don't know what your Corvette history is like, but man, they were so bad before. Like you would get into a C5 or a C6, I've had both, and the interiors are just so dated. Like and not only that, but it's like the same interior that they put into like a Sunfire and a Cavalier, where this is now a league of its own. It's completely stitched, it's refined, it's beautiful. This car has what it takes to compete with the Italians, and once again, a fraction of the price. It's kind of crazy, but this car in particular, being a 2020 model, the owner was telling me he just really hasn't had much time to drive it. It still doesn't even have 1,000 kilometers on it, which is crazy. But I was chatting with him, and he said this car might have some serious potential upgrades coming down the road at a later date. This thing literally looks like an exotic. And the nice part is this car is a fraction of the price compared to its competitors. When you price out a Lambo or a Ferrari and you find out that they're $500,000, and this guy right here was under 100,000 or around 100,000, that is a massive savings, and this car will run with those big bad Ferraris and Lambos. Listen to the sound of that thing. Okay, so we're going to take this guy for a little bit of a drive. Obviously, I have all the respect in the world for my friend's car, so we're not actually, I don't know why I'm timing. What am I timing here? Performance timer. Timing how long it takes to get out of the driveway.
0 to 60 right now.
Okay, there we go. This is taking forever. But yeah, so we're going to drive my friend's car here. I just want to kind of go through the gears and not do anything too crazy with it. There's a lot of videos out there on YouTube for you guys to understand what this thing's all capable about. But the reality is we're in a rural area, and I do not need a speeding ticket. So we're just going to go for a nice leisurely drive and see what it's all about. So let's go check it out. So this is my first time actually driving a C8 Corvette, so I gotta thank you, Dan, for this experience. By the way, my friend's name is Dan.
Hi.
But yeah, what a cool experience. And I will say it is a little bit roomier than the C7. I'm a big dude, so obviously I don't fit well in cars anyways at 6'5" and 300 plus. That's something I got to work on, obviously. But yeah, like it's actually got decent headroom as well. And they actually do, in the glass roof, they do like kind of like the bubbles or whatever for helmets and stuff like that, which is quite neat. I'm just on the paddles here. Oh yeah, listen to the downshifts in this thing. Wow.
Feel free to give her some. It's warmed up.
Okay, we'll give it a little bit here, just through the gears. It shifts lightning fast. Like, that is absolutely insane. Wow, I am so impressed with this. It's such a difference driving a dual clutch car versus a normal torque converter car. That is amazing how fast and how responsive it is. The cool part too is this being a Z51 car, it's got brakes for days, and obviously it handles insane. And like, look at the fit and finish in here too. Like, look at this panel. This is kind of interesting how it's all like focused towards the driver. Everything's sloped towards the driver, giving you really kind of like a cockpit feel, which is really cool. Dead silent in here too. It's like, once again, fit and finish, phenomenal. No creaks, no rattles, no nothing. And sometimes you can expect stuff like that from domestic cars where they just feel kind of clunky and not well put together. And this thing is really well put together. We'll give it one tiny more little go here. We'll just drop a gear down here. Nothing too crazy. As I said, we don't need any speeding tickets or to get into any trouble with the law or anything like that. But what a phenomenal car. Tons of features too. Obviously, you can take this thing to the track, go kick ass all day long, and if it was a cold winter day, for example, you have a heated steering wheel, heated seats, you have every feature you could ever imagine, including Apple CarPlay, obviously Bluetooth audio, you have a good stereo in here with Bose audio. You have everything you could ever imagine, and once again, a fraction of the price compared to its competitors. I would assume, I haven't looked at the figures on it. Once again, you guys could feel free to Google it, but I would imagine this thing probably even gets really good fuel mileage on the highway. I actually like the little steering wheel in it too. It's actually, the way it's squared off is very unique. And it feels really small in the hands too. Like, I saw lots of video on these and I thought that the steering wheel was massive, but now that I'm driving it, definitely not massive. It is so smooth. The only thing that I hate about driving stuff like this is then I want one. And that's never good. Maybe if you get allocation for your Z06, you can sell me this on a mortgage plan or something.
There you go.
I'm making monthly payments of $100 a month, right, forever. Another cool feature too, which is a little bit newer in the Chevrolet cars, how do you turn that on? There it is. So 2LT trimming up, you're getting these new digital mirrors. So there's an actual camera out back, so that's all digital display, which is kind of interesting and a little bit, takes a little bit getting used to because it kind of looks a little weird, but. Okay, we're just gonna slow down to a little stop and just give it a tiny little go. How does that sound? You okay with that, Dan?
You bet.
Okay.
See if we can get the timer on.
Oh, I don't know if I have enough time to do that.
Okay.
Probably not. I don't know how to figure the timer out, but here we go. Man, it just dead hooks. That is very impressive. Like, it's so quick. Like, it just accelerates like crazy. No wheel spin whatsoever either. This is a good car. Maybe I should look at trading my Z01 in for one of these. This is cool. I actually really like this thing. Next year, my friend is bringing this car to the racetrack, and I'm excited to go for a ride in it, so I'll make sure to shoot this car next year as well. Maybe it might even have some upgrades by then too, so it'll be cool to see what happens to this car. Well guys, it's been a lot of fun shooting this car today. I hope you guys have all enjoyed the content. Make sure to give this video a big like, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks everyone for tuning in.